We're diving into the fascinating world of coin collecting and talking about a coin that might just blow your mind, the 1965 no-mint mark quarter dollar. You might be thinking, isn't this just an ordinary quarter? But don't let its simple look fool you. Some of these coins can be worth thousands, even millions of dollars. Let's uncover why. The 1965 quarter dollar has an interesting backstory. In 1965, the U.S. Mint made a major decision. They stopped producing quarters with 90% silver. Why? Silver was becoming too expensive, and the government wanted to reduce costs. So, starting in 1965, the quarters were struck in a copper-nickel composition instead of silver. However, here's where things get interesting. During this transition, a few 1965 quarters were mistakenly struck on leftover 90% silver planchets meant for the 1964 quarters. That's right, a rare error occurred, and some 1965 quarters were actually minted on silver. This small mistake turned those silver 1965 quarters into some of the most sought-after error coins in history. Imagine finding one of these silver 1965 quarters in your pocket change. It could be worth a fortune. A copper-nickel 1965 quarter weighs about 5.67 grams, while a silver quarter will weigh around 6.25 grams. So, if you have a precision scale, that's the easiest way to check. Look at the edge of the coin. A typical copper-nickel quarter has a distinct copper-colored line along the edge. If you don't see any copper and it looks like a solid silver color, that's another sign you might have something special. Silver coins sound different when dropped compared to copper-nickel coins. You can use a known silver quarter from 1964 or earlier to compare. Now, let's talk numbers. If you do have a silver 1965 quarter, you could be sitting on a gold mine. These rare error coins have sold for impressive prices. In recent years, silver 1965 quarters have fetched thousands of dollars, and one of the highest auction records for this coin reached nearly $8,000. For an error coin in top condition, it's possible that, under the right conditions, it could be valued even higher. If you think you've got one of these rare 1965 silver quarters, it's best to have it authenticated by a professional. Coin grading companies like PCGS or NGC can confirm if it's the real deal and give it an official grade. Authentication can be the difference between a couple of $100 and a couple thousand. So, what are the chances you have a valuable coin sitting in your change jar? It might be slim, but it's certainly worth a look. The thrill of discovering a rare coin like the silver 1965 quarter is what makes coin collecting so exciting. If you enjoyed learning about this hidden gem, hit the like button, subscribe for more coin tips, and drop a comment if you've ever come across a unique coin in your collection. We'll dive into the fascinating history behind this 1967 no-mint mark quarter, why it's special, and what makes some of these coins so valuable. To help combat hoarding, the Mint decided to strike quarters in a copper-nickel composition instead of silver, and they also left off mint marks for a few years, including on the 1967 quarter. This is why 1965, 1966, and 1967 quarters don't have mint marks, regardless of where they were produced. Without a mint mark, these quarters don't reveal whether they were minted in Philadelphia, Denver, or San Francisco. This missing mint mark has led collectors to closely inspect the coins, searching for other unique qualities. Now, let's talk about value. A typical 1967 quarter without any errors might only be worth face value. But some versions of this coin are actually worth thousands, even millions, to the right collector. Here's why. First, condition is everything. Coins graded in mint state, especially those at MS67 or above, are much rarer and can fetch high prices. The better the condition, the higher the grade, and therefore the more valuable it can be. Most 1967 quarters show wear from circulation, so finding one in perfect or near-perfect condition is incredibly rare. Another factor driving up value is errors and varieties. Some 1967 quarters feature unique errors like double dies, where certain parts of the design appear slightly doubled. Other errors include off-center strikes or die breaks, which can make a common coin extraordinary. There's also a unique type of 1967 quarter from Special Mint Sets, SMS. These coins were struck with a higher quality finish and have a subtle, satin-like sheen. Some of these SMS coins are in pristine condition and can fetch hundreds or even thousands of dollars at auction, especially if they show unusual qualities like frosted details. Believe it or not, some 1967 quarters in exceptional condition have sold for over $10,000. And if you're lucky enough to find one with a rare error or flawless condition from a special mint set, you might have a coin that could be worth a small fortune. So, how do you know if your 1967 quarter is worth something big? Start by examining it under a magnifying glass or with a jeweler's loupe. Look for any signs of doubling, off-center strikes, or other unusual features. Pay attention to its overall condition. If it's in exceptional shape, consider getting it graded by a professional grading service, like PCGS or NGC. Getting a coin professionally graded can provide valuable insights and could make a significant difference in its resale value, especially if you're aiming to sell it to a collector. There you have it, the 1967 no-mint mark Washington quarter. It's a coin with a fascinating history and, under the right conditions, serious potential for value. So, next time you check your change, take a close look. You might just have a hidden treasure. Have you ever come across a rare or valuable 1967 quarter? Let us know in the comments. And if you found this video helpful, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell for more coin collecting tips and rare coin stories. We're diving into a coin that you might just have lying around, the 1988 P-Mint mark Washington quarter. Could this little coin actually be worth millions? Let's find out. Make sure to hit that subscribe button and ring the bell so you don't miss any of our rare coin videos. First, let's go back to 1988, the year this quarter was minted. The Washington Quarter series, which started in 1932, was a popular and widely used coin. This particular quarter from 1988 was minted in Philadelphia, which is why it bears the P-Mint mark. The Philadelphia Mint is one of the primary mints in the US and has been producing quarters with the P-Mint mark since 1980. In 1988, the Philadelphia Mint struck over 560 million of these quarters, quite a huge number. With such a high mintage, you might be wondering how any 1988 P quarter could ever be worth a fortune. Well, that's where rarity, condition, and some fascinating errors come into play. Now, let's talk about what actually gives some 1988 P quarters their incredible value. Generally, most 1988 quarters you'll find are worth just face value. But in rare cases, they can be worth much, much more if they're in superb condition or if they have certain unique errors. The highest graded coins in MS67, MS68, or even better conditions are highly sought after by collectors. These coins are extremely rare because it's tough to keep a circulated quarter in pristine condition. That's why graded 1988 P quarters in mint state 67 or higher can be worth hundreds, if not thousands of dollars. One thing that can push the value of a 1988 P quarter into the stratosphere is the presence of an error or die variety. For example, some of these quarters have misstrikes, double die errors, or even off-center strikes. These types of errors are rare and occur due to mistakes during the minting process, making them extremely collectible. One well-known error is the double die, where parts of the design, like Washington's profile or the date, appear slightly doubled. If you happen to find a 1988 P quarter with such an error in high-grade condition, you could be looking at a valuable piece. So why would some quarters be worth $1 million? The value in the coin market is highly speculative, and it's often influenced by demand from collectors, rarity, and hype. A coin with a combination of a rare error, high condition, and strong interest from collectors can command astronomical prices at auctions. While most 1988 P quarters may never reach such prices, one with all these characteristics could indeed catch the eye of a top collector willing to pay big bucks for that 1 in a million coin. Want to see if your 1988 P quarter is one of the valuable ones? Start by examining it carefully for any unusual markings or errors. Then, if it's in very good condition, consider having it professionally graded by services like PCGS or NGC. Professional grading can help verify the condition and authenticity of any error, giving you a much better idea of your coin's true value. Just remember that not every quarter will be worth a fortune, but it's always worth a look. So, there you have it, While finding a 1988 P Mint Mark quarter worth millions might be a long shot, the thrill of the hunt and the possibility of finding a rare gem make it all worthwhile. Make sure to keep your eyes peeled and always check your change. If you found this video helpful, give it a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe for more coin collecting tips and discoveries. Have you ever found a valuable coin? Let us know in the comments below. We're diving deep into the 1991 P Mint Mark Washington quarter to uncover its fascinating history, unique features, and whether it could truly be worth millions. The Washington quarter has been a staple in American coinage since 1932, commemorating the 200th anniversary of George Washington's birth. The 1991 P quarter, minted in Philadelphia, might seem like any other quarter at first glance. But hidden among these coins are rare gems with unique errors and pristine conditions that drive their value into the thousands, and in some cases, potentially much higher. Let's start by understanding what makes the 1991 P quarter special. Over 1 billion quarters were minted in 1991 at the Philadelphia Mint, marked with a P right beside Washington's portrait. While most of these are ordinary coins, some have features that make them highly desirable to collectors. Collectors and coin enthusiasts look for three key factors when determining value: condition, errors, and demand. Coins in mint state or MS condition, meaning they look as good as the day they were made, are extremely rare and can fetch impressive prices. For the 1991 P quarter, even a mint state coin graded MS 67 or higher can be worth hundreds, if not thousands, of dollars. Coins graded MS 67 or higher are incredibly hard to find due to wear and tear. The few coins that meet these standards become prized collectibles, and some have even reached values in the high thousands at auctions, thanks to their exceptional condition. But condition isn't the only factor. Some 1991 P quarters have unique minting errors, such as double dies, die cracks, and off-center strikes. These errors were unintentional and make each affected coin unique. Error coins can turn a regular 1991 P quarter into something very special, with collectors willing to pay a premium for these one-of-a-kind finds. Quarters with significant errors have sold for thousands of dollars, and the rarer the error, the more collectors are willing to pay. In fact, certain error quarters from the 90s have fetched tens of thousands, especially if they're in excellent condition. So, could a 1991 P quarter be worth millions? It's rare, but not impossible, especially with significant errors or in pristine condition. While not every 1991 P quarter is a $1,000,000 coin, the right combination of factors, an incredibly rare error and an outstanding grade, could push its value sky high. If you have a 1991 P quarter, take a close look. Use a magnifying glass to check for doubling, cracks, or any unusual features. You could be holding on to something special, and if it's in exceptional condition, consider getting it graded by a professional. So, next time you're sorting through your change, don't overlook that 1991 P quarter. You never know. It could be the hidden treasure that turns pocket change into a fortune. We're diving into the incredible world of modern quarters. Specifically, the 2021 P Mint Mark quarter dollar. Believe it or not, there are some unique features in this quarter that have captured collectors' interest and, in some cases, have made it worth millions of dollars. So, grab your coin collections, and let's explore what makes this coin so special. Now, you might be wondering, what's so special about a 2021 quarter? First, a bit of history. This quarter is part of the America the Beautiful Quarter series, which ended in 2021, marking the end of an era that celebrated iconic sites and landmarks in the United States. The series was produced by the U.S. Mint in Philadelphia, represented by the P Mint mark you'll find on the coin's face. These quarters stand out for their intricate designs and a tribute to American heritage. Now, here's where things get really exciting. Some 2021 P quarters have unique minting errors or specific details that make them incredibly valuable. Collectors are on the hunt for coins with errors like double die obverse, where the image appears doubled, or struck through errors, where a foreign object left an impression on the coin. These errors are rare and can make your 2021 quarter worth a small fortune. Now, let's talk about the big bucks. Some of these error coins have gone up in value by hundreds of thousands of dollars. But why? It all comes down to rarity and demand. Because the US Mint produced millions of quarters in 2021, finding one with a unique mint error is like striking gold. If you find one with a particularly unusual error and it's in mint condition, collectors at auction houses might be willing to pay up to 7 figures for it. Alright, so how can you identify if your 2021 P quarter is one of these valuable coins? First, you'll need a magnifying glass or microscope. Examine the quarter's P mint mark, Washington's profile, and every letter and detail closely. Look for doubling effects, odd scratches, or signs of foreign material struck into the coin. Remember, even the smallest error can make a huge difference in the coin's value. If you think you've found one of these rare error coins, the next step is to protect it. Store it in a coin holder to prevent scratches, and consider sending it to a grading service like PCGS or NGC to verify its condition and authenticity. Once graded, you can sell it through auction sites like heritage auctions, where collectors are ready to bid high on rare coins. Who would have thought a 2021 P Mint Mark quarter could hold the potential for such massive value? So, check your spare change, ask friends and family, and start hunting for these rare finds. Thanks for watching, and if you enjoyed this video, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe for more coin collecting insights, and turn on notifications so you don't miss any of our future treasure hunts. Happy collecting, and may you find the coin of your dreams. We're diving deep into a fascinating coin that has captured the interest of collectors and treasure hunters alike. The 1995 D Mint Mark Washington quarter. Believe it or not, this simple quarter may be worth millions of dollars. Curious to know why? Stick around, because this might just be the coin that changes everything in your collection. First, let's set the stage with some history. The 1995 Washington quarter, minted in Denver and marked by the D below Washington's portrait, was part of a series that had been around since 1932. By 1995, these quarters were primarily copper-nickel and were made to be durable for circulation. The design itself is iconic, featuring the bust of George Washington on the obverse, with the reverse showing the American eagle. But what's so special about the 1995 D Mint Mark quarter, you ask? Well, let's get into it. Now, here's where things get interesting. Most 1995 D quarters are fairly common, minted in large quantities. But there are some unique variations and minting errors that can make this coin incredibly valuable. For example, certain quarters have distinct features like double die obverse or reverse errors. In other words, the image or lettering may appear doubled due to a minting mishap. In some cases, even subtle variations in the finish, the size of the mint mark, or the depth of the strike can make these quarters incredibly valuable to collectors who are willing to pay top dollar for these unique coins. So let's talk numbers. Recently, error coins and high-grade 1995 D quarters have fetched tens of thousands, and even up to $1 million at auctions. Coins that are in pristine, uncirculated condition, especially those graded MS-67 or higher, are considered incredibly valuable. But what pushes the price even higher is the rarity of finding an error coin or an exceptionally well-preserved one from 1995. These types of coins tend to attract high-level collectors and investors willing to bid fiercely to own these rarities. So, if you've got a 1995 D quarter at home, here's how you can check if it's potentially valuable. First, inspect the coin carefully for any unusual features, like doubling on the text or portrait, any strange surface textures, or striking irregularities. Next, consider the coin's condition. The fewer scratches, marks, and signs of wear, the higher the potential value. Coins with a shiny, uncirculated look are more likely to get a high grade if you send them for professional grading. So, who knew a 1995 D Washington quarter could be worth millions? The next time you're sorting through change, don't overlook these coins, especially if you live near Denver, where these coins were minted. You could be holding onto a small fortune. We're diving into the fascinating world of US quarters, specifically the 2000 P Mint Mark $quarter coin. Many of you may have seen these coins in your spare change, but did you know that some of them are worth a fortune? That's right, today's episode will uncover the history of the 2000p quarter, why it holds such high value for collectors, and what makes certain coins worth thousands, and in some cases, even millions of dollars. The 2000p quarter was part of the U.S. Mint's famous 50-state quarters program. Launched in 1999, this program celebrated each U.S. state with its own unique design on the quarter, making coin collecting incredibly popular. In 2000, we saw quarters representing Massachusetts, Maryland, South Carolina, New Hampshire, and Virginia, each one with its own unique imagery on the reverse side. These quarters were minted at both the Philadelphia and Denver mints, with the Philadelphia mint quarters being marked with a P. While these coins were minted in large numbers, certain characteristics and rare errors have made some of them highly desirable. So, what's making these coins potentially worth millions of dollars? The answer lies in two things: condition and errors. Some 2000p quarters, especially ones in pristine condition, can fetch high prices. But beyond condition, it's the errors that truly elevate these coins to legendary status. One of the most famous errors on these coins is known as the double die error. This occurs when the die, which is used to stamp the image on the coin, slightly shifts, causing doubling on certain parts of the design. You'll want to look closely at the lettering and other features on the coin. If you spot slight doubling, especially around the state name or other inscriptions, you may be holding a valuable find. Another valuable error to look for on the 2000p quarter is the off-center strike. This error happens when the blank coin wasn't perfectly aligned during the minting process, resulting in an off-center impression. Off-center errors can vary in severity, but the more dramatic the shift, the higher the potential value. There's also the clipped planchet error, where part of the coin's edge appears to be missing. This occurs due to issues in the metal blanking process and can make your coin much more appealing to collectors. Now, let's talk numbers. How much could a 2000p quarter with these errors be worth? Well, a high-grade 2000p quarter with a rare error can go for hundreds, thousands, or even millions if the coin has significant rarity and pristine condition. A double die or dramatic off-center strike in near-perfect condition can attract top dollar at auction, especially if graded by a reputable service like PCGS or NGC. For example, some error coins have sold for tens of thousands of dollars at auction, and collectors are willing to pay top dollar for these unique pieces of history. Imagine finding one of these valuable coins just sitting in your pocket change. If you have a 2000p quarter, here's what you should do. First, inspect the coin under good lighting and with a magnifying glass to spot any potential errors like doubling, off-center strikes, or clipped edges. Once you find an error, it's best to have the coin professionally graded. A high-grade error coin can fetch significantly more than an ungraded one. Once graded, consider selling your coin through a trusted auction house or online marketplace specializing in rare coins. Many collectors will bid competitively for these unique finds, and that's where you can make your money. We're diving into a modern collectible that has collectors buzzing: the 2001D Mint Mark quarter dollar. This coin isn't just a part of pocket change anymore. It has a history, unique qualities, and, believe it or not, some rare examples are worth millions of dollars. So if you've got a 2001D quarter lying around, you might want to give it a closer look. The 2001D Mint Mark quarter was struck at the Denver Mint, indicated by the small d on the coin. This particular year was part of the historic 50-state quarters program, which ran from 1999 to 2008 and celebrated all 50 states with unique designs on the reverse. The program was one of the U.S. Mint's most popular coin releases and brought a new wave of interest to coin collecting. In 2001, the U.S. Mint released 5 different state designs for the quarter dollar: New York, North Carolina, Rhode Island, Vermont, and Kentucky. Each of these designs was minted in both Philadelphia and Denver, creating some valuable variants for collectors. But what makes the 2001D coin special? And why are some rumored to be worth millions? One reason is the possibility of mint errors and rare variations. Coins can increase drastically in value if they have unique minting errors, like double dies, off-center strikes, or other unexpected defects. Some of these error coins are highly sought after by collectors, especially in near-perfect condition. So, if you have a 2001 D quarter, get a magnifying glass and look closely. Look for signs of doubling on the date, lettering, or the state design on the reverse. Any noticeable mint error can set your coin apart and skyrocket its value. Now, it's not just about errors. Condition plays a major role in the value of any coin. A high-grade, uncirculated 2001 D quarter, especially one with an error, can be worth much more than a circulated, worn-down one. Professional coin grading can also make a huge difference. Quarters graded by top companies like PCGS or NGC, with grades above MS67, Mint State 67, are incredibly rare. In such high grades, even regular coins can fetch hundreds or thousands of dollars. If you have a flawless or near-flawless 2001 D quarter with an MS67 grade or higher, that's when the value can really start climbing. Now, you're probably wondering, could a 2001 D Mint Mark quarter actually be worth millions of dollars? In rare cases, yes. While extremely unusual, a coin that has both a minting error and is graded at a perfect level, like MS70, can draw enormous interest from collectors, making it worth a small fortune. Rare examples of coins with these conditions have been known to go for astronomical prices at auction. At major auction houses, coins with similar qualities have fetched incredible sums. Collectors are willing to pay top dollar, even millions, for coins that combine rarity, historical value, and perfect condition. So what does this mean for you? If you have a 2001 D Mint Mark quarter, especially one that looks pristine, it's worth having it evaluated. Even if it's not $1 million coin, high-grade examples with or without errors are still highly collectible and can be worth much more than face value. Doubling, off-center strikes, or other irregularities. Uncirculated and high-grade coins hold more value. A certified grade can significantly boost the coin's value. Thanks for joining us on this deep dive into the 2001 D quarter dollar. Remember, sometimes the most ordinary-looking coins can have extraordinary value. Make sure to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you don't miss out on more exciting coin discoveries. Until next time, keep an eye on your change. You never know what treasures you might find. We're going to dive into the fascinating world of the 2015 P Mint Mark quarter dollar, a coin that may be sitting in your pocket right now, waiting to make you rich. Hello, coin collectors and curious viewers. Welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, make sure to hit that subscribe button so you never miss out on tips, coin collecting secrets, and the occasional discovery of a hidden treasure. Today, we're uncovering the history of the 2015 P Mint Mark quarter dollar coin and why some of these can be worth a jaw-dropping amount of money. Let's get started. The 2015 P Mint Mark quarter dollar is part of the United States Mint's ongoing series of quarters known as the America the Beautiful program. This series honors national parks, historic sites, and other important landmarks across the country. In 2015, the featured design was from the Bombay Hook National Wildlife Refuge in Delaware. This stunning design shows a pair of waterfowl in flight, representing the beauty and conservation efforts at this unique wildlife sanctuary. But here's the twist that makes this coin so special. In 2015, for the first time in nearly 80 years, the U.S. Mint released quarters with the P Mint mark, the P standing for the Philadelphia Mint, directly onto circulating coins. Philadelphia had been minting coins for the U.S. government since 1792, but quarters were traditionally produced in other mints. So why was this change so significant? Well, the P Mint mark, while common on dimes and nickels, had been excluded from quarter designs since the early 1930s, making the 2015 P Mint Mark quarter a rare and exciting piece of history. Now, you might be thinking, a modern quarter, how valuable can it really be? Well, it turns out, the 2015 P Mint Mark quarter is incredibly sought after by collectors, especially those that are in pristine, uncirculated condition. Certain 2015 P Mint Mark quarters, especially those that have been carefully preserved, can fetch a significant amount. In fact, some of these coins, when graded as MS70, the highest grade for a coin, have been sold for thousands of dollars at auctions. And in some rare cases, Even those with slight minting errors or misprints have sold for hundreds of thousands of dollars. Yes, you heard that right. Potentially millions for a single coin. Coins that are graded as MS-70 are considered perfect in every detail. No scratches, no discoloration, no imperfections. These are the coins you want to look out for. But there's also a very important factor that can make these coins even more valuable. Collectors will pay top dollar for a coin that has a rare minting error. For example, if your 2015 P Mint Mark quarter has a double die or an off-center strike, that could make it worth far more than a standard, unflawed coin. In fact, some 2015 P Mint Mark quarters have been seen at auctions with prices exceeding $10,000 for the right coin, with certain rare errors pushing those prices even higher. So, how do you know if your 2015 P quarter could be worth a fortune? The key is in the details. Check for any minting errors, get it graded by a professional, and keep an eye out for those in mint condition. The more unique and rare the condition, the higher the potential value. To wrap up, the 2015 P Mint Mark quarter is an important piece of U.S. coinage history, and in the right condition, it could be worth far more than its face value. If you happen to have one, take a closer look. It could be your ticket to a coin collector's dream. We're diving into a fascinating story about the 2013 D Mint Mark $quarter coin that could be hiding a value far beyond what you'd expect. Stick around to discover why this modern coin might be worth millions to the right collector. Let's rewind a bit to understand what makes this 2013 D quarter so intriguing. The U.S. Mint released these quarters as part of the America the Beautiful series. The D Mint mark means it was minted in Denver, Colorado. The D marking is right on the coin, under the date. In 2013, the Denver Mint produced millions of these quarters, celebrating places like White Mountain in New Hampshire, Perry's Victory in Ohio, and Great Basin in Nevada. Now, you're probably wondering, why would a 2013 quarter, made in the millions, be worth more than its face value? The answer lies in rarity and condition. Some of these quarters have rare mint errors, which are mistakes made during production. These errors can include misstrikes, die cracks, and double dies. But even more special are certain high-quality specimens that have been preserved in pristine condition, what collectors call MS-68 or higher. So, what takes this coin from a few dollars to potentially millions? First, rarity plays a huge role. If a particular 2013 D quarter has a unique error or is one of only a few in perfect condition, collectors will go to extreme lengths to add it to their collection. For example, a high-grade, rare error 2013 D quarter could fetch hundreds of thousands or even up to $1 million in a high-stakes auction. In the right market, these coins turn into treasures. Look for any strange lines, doubling in the design, or cracks. Focus on the D Mint mark and the imagery on the coin. An error in these spots could mean big value. The closer your coin is to mint state, meaning no scratches or blemishes, the higher the potential value. So why are collectors so eager to get their hands on these rare quarters? Coins like these represent a unique blend of American history and rare craftsmanship. Plus, they're part of the America the Beautiful series, which commemorates significant sites across the U.S. For some collectors, it's a passion, and they're willing to spend top dollar for the rarest finds. If you think you've got a valuable 2013 D quarter, here's what to do next. First, get it graded by a professional coin grading service like PCGS or NGC. This will confirm its condition and authenticity. Then, consider listing it in a coin auction or reaching out to specialized dealers. Who knows? You could have a multi-million-dollar treasure right in your hands. Who knew a modern quarter could hold so much value? So, check your change, because you might be sitting on a fortune. If you enjoyed today's deep dive into the 2013 D Mint Mark quarter, hit that like button and subscribe for more coin collecting secrets. And let us know in the comments, what coins have you found that surprised you with their value? We're diving into a modern marvel, the 2015 D Mint Mark $quarter. Yes, you heard that right, a coin that's only a few years old, but might just hold more value than you'd ever expect. These 2015 quarters come with a little twist. Some of them have been discovered to hold incredible worth, reaching eye-popping figures at auction. But what makes them so special? Let's take a closer look. First, let's talk history. The D Mint mark means this quarter was minted at the Denver Mint. In 2015, quarters were released as part of the America the Beautiful series, a unique program celebrating different U.S. national parks and sites. Each quarter from this series represents a piece of American heritage, and this batch includes designs from parks like Kisatchie National Forest in Louisiana and Blue Ridge Parkway in North Carolina. But what makes a 2015 D Mint mark quarter potentially worth millions? It's all about those rare errors and unique characteristics. Coin errors are like hidden treasures. They happen when something goes wrong in the minting process, and they can add significant value. Some 2015 quarters have shown errors like double die strikes, which means parts of the design are stamped twice, creating a unique, ghostly effect. There have also been some with rare die cracks or cuds that appear as unusual raised marks on the coin. These details are small, but they're worth big money. Alright, let's talk numbers. While a typical 2015 D quarter is worth its face value of 25 cents, these error coins are in a league of their own. Depending on the rarity and type of error, these coins have been known to fetch thousands, sometimes even more at auction. One specific error variety sold for over $5,000. And that's just one example. If a coin has an especially rare error or is in pristine, uncirculated condition, we're talking possible six-figure values, even touching that coveted million-dollar coin status. So, how can you spot these rare, valuable coins? First, grab a magnifying glass or loupe and look carefully for double strikes on the text or images, small raised areas indicating die cracks, or any unusual patterns that stand out. Every detail counts. And remember, the D Mint mark near the coin's date is key. It tells you this was made in Denver, which helps identify it as part of the 2015 batch. Found a potential winner? Next, you'll want to get it professionally graded by a reputable service like PCGS or NGC. Grading can boost your coin's value by giving buyers confidence in its authenticity and condition. After grading, you're ready to sell. Many collectors list their coins on auction sites or even in high-profile coin auctions. Remember, patience and good timing can help you get the best price possible. So, there you have it. The 2015 D Mint mark quarter dollar might just be your ticket to a small fortune, or even more. Have you come across any interesting coins in your collection? Let us know in the comments below.